I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Get ready for a scrapyard run. I picked this up alongside the road for one reason. It has two good wheels on the back of the gas grill. Actually, good wheels. I have a gas grill over there. It's a nice gas grill. I just put new burners on it. But the wheels that came with it suck. They're really bad. So I'm going to strip the wheels off of this thing. But before I do that, I want to pull the burner controls off because you never know. Sometimes these things are useful. Not always. But sometimes. The other reason is the burner controls have a great many brass components. And I think I can make use of the brass components. Got some hose that probably worthwhile, and some nice valves, and some gas jets on it. All those things are potentially useful in other projects, and they don't add enough weight to make it worthwhile. Yeah, this gas grill is toast. It's absolutely worthless as far as anything considering using it as a gas grill. I think it's got a smoker on it, or else it's got a wood burner over on one side and a gas grill on the other. But the bottom's totally gone on both of them. There's a fair amount of weight here, so it's going to make it worthwhile to take it to the scrapyard. But first I got to take the wheels off. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to salvage off of this thing. It's not worth trying to take any metal out of it, because it's all, you know, you might find a use for it, but then it might be 10 years from now. And in the meantime, I can do something else with the space that it would take up. Got some nice cast iron grates. Those will be good for heating things. I'm being careful getting up and down. It used to be I'd just jump up into the truck, but anymore I have to think seriously about what I'm up to. There. Oh, these are solid. Aluminum wheels. Heavy tires. This is going to be great. I think this axle is a lot bigger than the one on the other gas grill too. So I probably have to drill out the gas grill and make some new holes. But that's okay. I can do that. Wheels might be just a little bit bigger than the other gas grill's wheels too, which will make it so that I have the gas grill up in the air a little bit unless I re-drill the holes. Got some more scrap iron there. Now, before anybody says, oh, but the motor's worth more. No, it's not. By the time I spend enough time to get the windings out of the motor, to get the copper out of it, I will have burned up a good portion of a day's time. Hardly worth the trouble. I used to work with a guy that went over to the Hillsdale, Michigan auctions. They had them every weekend, and if he lived close enough, he'd drive over, and somebody'd always be selling motors or something made out of copper. And he once told me how he would go to the auction and buy the motors, take them home, strip the copper out of them, and make about $3 a motor. Now, that was a long time ago, and copper's gone up in price a little bit. It's funny, 1981, copper was worth 60 cents a pound. Guess what the price is now? Yep, about 60 cents a pound. That's if it's cleaned. If it's scrap copper, about 30 cents a pound. Now, better than selling steel, because steel is only good for about a nickel if it's clean steel. This is just scrap. More junk, for sure, more junk. I don't think these are worth monkeying with. These are parts of that junction box that I said was no good. This is a lead ball. That ended up in the scrap box just because I didn't have any place else to put it. But to me, a lead ball has value, and this stuff does not. Most of this stuff is just plain old junk. About the last thing I want to do is drop this thing somewhere on the road and then have to pick it all up. It's happened before. And I really try hard not to have it happen again, because it was a real pain. Strap up tight. And that's pulling down on it into the bed of the truck and then back against the tailgate. And I've got another strap across the bottom of it. So if one breaks, the other one should still be holding. Not that I expect it to break, but then again, I don't want to risk having it break. There. This strap has got this frame cage held down. This one's got the gas grill, and this one also has the gas grill held down. This yellow one goes to the dog cage. It's also pulling down on that motor. So I think I'm good. Okay, it's off to the scrapyard. Get rid of this stuff.
Well, the trip was well worth it. I had to go to town anyways. So I went down to the scrapyard, dumped off all this junk, and got paid 20 bucks. Not a great deal of money, but paid for the gas drive to town, and like I said, I had to go anyways. So, it's well worth the time I spent, and I got the shop clean.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.